My stepdad lied about me being pregnant to quote unquote teach me a lesson, and it traumatized me.
Wait,
How
the
the fuck?
stepfather told OP that they're pregnant?
Yeah.
How the
But
fuck
what-
do you do that?
Wouldn't she know if she was
That's like
pregnant or not?
gaslighting to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
That's
And
pretty
why would
fucked.
That's exactly what this is. It's just the most gaslighting fucking shit I've ever read. And I
Oh
hope
my
it's
God.
fake. I just don't know. All right.
All right.
When I was 15, my stepdad decided to quote unquote teach me a lesson about responsibility in the most cruel and manipulative way imaginable. He lied and told me I was pregnant. It had come out that I had had premarital sex. So he had me pee in a cup and claimed that he tested it.
What the fuck?
I didn't see what he did, but he came back and said, "Yup, you're pregnant." And I had no reason to doubt him. For roughly 5 months, 18 weeks.
5 months? He let you think that for 5 months.
18 whole weeks.
That's insane.
I believed I was going to have a baby. My body even seemed to respond to this. I gained weight. I had morning sickness, cravings.
from the stress, I bet.
And even
Probably.
felt like I thought were kicks. I mentally prepared myself for this child. I grieved the life that I thought I'd lose as a teen mom, but I grew to love the baby that I thought was growing inside of me. My reputation at school expectedly took a hit. And then it took another hit, you'd expect, when I ended up not having that baby. Yup, I became that girl. When I finally asked about getting prenatal care, he laughed and told me that he lied about it the entire time. It was at the dinner table, and I'll never forget my mental state shattering. I was devastated, among many other things, and to make matters worse, he found my pregnancy journal that I had been writing in every week for the baby to one day read. He confiscated it and quoted it back to me, laughing at my thoughts and feelings for weeks afterwards.
This is some sadistic.
This is the most
shit.
evil shit we've read in a while.
Is
Like-
the mother in the picture
Yeah, that's what I
know.
want to know.
It sounds like
That's
a Cinderella
crazy.
thing where they got a step parent and
an
then
evil
the
stepdad?
parent died or some shit.
This is more than evil. This is fucking
Torture.
Yes.
yeah. I truly don't understand. Like, there's teaching your kids a lesson, which is like sitting them down and being like, "Hey, if you continue with premarital sex, like this is what like you can get
This
pregnant.
could happen. Yes.
Like you could get STIs. Like showing the pictures of STIs. Like there's ways to scare them from having unprotected premarital sex.
Yeah, like blue waffles. Don't Google that.
Exactly. Like there's tons of healthy ways to teach your kids. This just seems sadistic and like
Yeah.
he's getting some sort of pleasure out of
Oh,
torturing
yeah.
you.
That laughing reaction is straight up evil.
Yeah.
It felt like I had lost a child, even though there was never a baby. And it always felt wrong to say that I suffered a miscarriage, so I never felt like I could truly talk to somebody about the kind of grief that I felt. This experience has haunted me for years. It's left me with trust issues, trauma, and a lingering grief that's hard to explain to anyone who hasn't been through something similar. I have tried to find others who've had an experience like mine, but I haven't really found anything. I wanted to share my story here because I feel like this is the kind of thing that hasn't been talked about. If you've ever been through something similar, I'd love to hear from you. And if not, thank you for letting me get this off of my chest. ETA, what does that stand for?
Edit to add.
Just put edit, y'all. Don't fucking estimate a time of arrival. The first time I ended up actually pregnant, they ended up being twins. And it felt symbolic. Like I was given the child I ended up not having in addition to the one I was having, or I was going to have then. It's comforting when I look at it that way. Like my love for them was real even if they weren't. So real that the baby just had to come into existence. Oh, that's a sweet ending to a fucking
That is.
horrific story.
I assume they're much older now. Does
It
say?
sounds like.
Yeah, they never said their age now.
Okay.
I love the positivity and how, like, OP painted that scenario at the very end. It is very wholesome to hear that, and I'm glad that they're, in a way, had some time to, I wouldn't say move on, but like move like forward with the traumatic experience that they went through, because that's we kind of talked a lot about it in the beginning. She was basically mentally tortured during that time.
Yeah.
Not only, she experienced the emotional distress, but her social dynamics also changed. Being in high school, being painted a certain light and being painted as a certain person, that can cause so much issues down the line, because teenagers are brutal, more brutal than kids sometimes, in my opinion. They can like ruin your psyche and how you'll develop as an adult because of all the things that they say about you, and people just perceive things about you. So it's unfortunate, and I'm hoping this shit is fake, but also, if it's real, I do hope that people have the courage to, have a conversation with OP, that to make her feel that she's not alone, and that I hope she finds her tribe, her community that can help her like navigate through this. Even though I feel like, she's moved forward a little bit with her life, I still hope that she can get the support that she needs to, validate the feelings that she felt back then, and they still do to this day.
That was very eloquently put. I hope the stepfather dies in a fiery car crash. And
violence,
because that's
Murder all aboard the murder train.
That is, I mean, we said it already, but just sadistic, fucked up, like not something you do to anyone. And letting them think they have the kid for 5 months without telling them, like, she essentially went through the emotional trauma of having a miscarriage.
And instead of being able to deal with that trauma, he was reading the journal that you kept and laughing jokes about it, like
craziness.
A goddamn movie villain, bro.
Yes, you should never be a parent, and you deserve nothing but the worst things to happen to you. Like, it's just, I don't know. I
This is one of those ones where you get so mad.
Don't put me in a room with him. That's what I'm saying.
Also, I read the top comment, which said what, y'all two asked, where the hell is the mom?
Yeah.
To which, on our subreddit, Aggle Clack responded. In one of the comments, OP says that the mom was there and basically laughed along and said, well, what's done is done.
Okay.
Oh,
I hope
as
she's
a
in the
mother,
passenger seat of that fiery car crash.
as a mother, you can do that to and as a mother who gave birth to a daughter.
Yes.
You of all people should know the emotional things that and the physical trauma that your body goes through. Your daughter went through both, and you're gonna support your bitch ass of a step or like your husband and her stepdad, and you're gonna support that, bro. You're a deadbeat like that stepdad.
Yes. Yeah, I truly can't fathom doing that to my own child. Just fucking crazy. I don't know. Like, yeah, like you said, John, as someone who's had a child, just put yourself in her shoes and having like not being able to have that child. Like,
yes,
you're putting a 15-year-old through that. That's insane. That is insane.
I mean, it is a parent's responsibility to educate and set your kids up for success. Yes, teenage pregnancies can alter your life completely. Like, you're going to be forced to be an adult in such an early age. That part is true. Like, no matter how much you paint it, but you don't teach your kids a lesson in a way where you're emotionally torturing the fuck out of them.
There are much more healthy ways to teach them that there are consequences to actions, and that is not it. Now, we are not parents. I can't imagine people going against us in this scenario, but I just, I don't know. I can't wait for someone to be like, you guys aren't even parents. You're way off on this.
That would be fucking insane. You know, all the
I
talk
teach
about
my kid this lesson too.
like other ways to teach a lesson. It reminds me of when I was in youth group and people would they'd bring speakers in to talk about it. And then I saw a TikTok clip of this recently. It'd be like the speakers at your church youth group, and they'd be like, yeah, man, I was having sex with like 7 different women every day. It was fucking sick. and like the bad kind of sick, not like fucking sick. So don't fucking do that. And I was doing drugs and shit, and I was getting so high, having so much sex, doing drugs. It was
I'm like, man, this shit
terrible.
sounds fun, bro.
Yeah, pretty much what the vibe was like. It's terrible. Don't ever do it.
Your Bible kind of lame, dude.
But Sean heard that and went, okay, I believe you. I'm
No, I
not
went
going
and I
to
was
do
like,
that.
oh my God.
Praise be to
Drugs and
Jesus.
sex? I can't do that.
I will pray for you.
Yeah. And this guy turned it all around. Look at that.